Hey everybody, I chose to discuss question number 4 for this chapter on sexuality across the lifespan from birth to adolescence. So, the question number 4 is: in high school, were you able to discuss sexual and relationship issues freely with your parents? How might you hope to do a better job if and when you become a parent? So, in high school, I found that it was kind of hard to talk to parents, right? Because as a teenager, parents are the enemy, and you just want to like gain independence and get away from them, right? And learn things out on your own. Uh, but later in life, I'm learning that although I want to form that independence, my parents know a lot, right? And they're willing to share that with me as long as I'm open. They'll be open. But in like high school, I don't know. I felt like it was weird to talk to them about stuff like that. Although I would talk to my friends about it and acquaintances and like teachers sometimes even. But um, in the book, uh, there was a study in Birmingham, Alabama, that talks about how the girls who spoke frequently with their parents about sexual matters were nearly twice as likely to refuse unwanted sex as those that did not. So, reading this, I mean, it's clear that the girls that did talk with their parents formed a better understanding for uh, like sex and relationships, and were able to uh, take those battles head on with the support of their parents rather than on their own, which could have led to STIs or early pregnancy or issues like that. Um, Now, I feel like relationship issues were a lot easier to talk about with parents than sexual issues because, from a young age, it's like if you start to engage in like small sexual acts with like exploration with like neighbors and stuff like that, your parents, well, my parents anyway, just went to no, that's wrong, don't do that type of an attitude, right? So if you didn't do it like secretly, then you were in trouble, right? And exploration is a normal thing in life. You want to figure out what you have, what others have, what's going on, what they do, you know. And then as you grow, like if you watch porn or something, right? Your parents find out, then you get in a lot of trouble. So you start to feel like hiding the sex part of your life is what you're supposed to do, right? Like you're not supposed to talk to your parents about it, but um, if you're able to get over that towards high school, right, where you start to form a better understanding. You have like health and sex classes that you talk about, and start to figure out what your body actually does and what the opposite gender's body actually does. And if you're able to go and talk with your parents about that freely, then I think it forms like a stronger bond and connection with them, which allows you to talk about any issues that's going on in your relationship or life. Because, like, recently, I don't know, like, I've had relationship issues that in the past I would not have talked to my parents about. But now I just call them and talk about it, and they'll give me advice, right? And sometimes I'll be angry or upset, and they're always level headed because they're a third party and they're your parents, so they always want the best for you. So I've come to figure out that, you know, I can rely on them. Now, how might I hope to do a better job when I become a parent? This would be, not shunning them for exploration of any kind, right? Helping them to understand things better, but, not giving them too much information for their age. Because if you overload them with information, then I don't know, it could lead to like nightmares, possibly, you know, not hanging out in social groups because they're afraid. But if I'm able to, give them a little bit of information at a time so that they understand like what they want to know for their age group, then I feel that they will more acceptingly be able to talk to me, and we'll be able to discuss issues like relationships and sex. And hopefully, like what happened in that Birmingham study, they'll be able to go into a sexual relationship without feeling like they're forced to do things, but rather like they want to do things, and they're able to communicate that to their partner. So, my question for you guys is, do you think that while raising a child, you should give them information as they go? Or do you think that you should rely on the schools to give them that information and just answer questions as they arise? Thank you.